know I read that very differently than I did the first time, but the theme in there is to you. Everything is to you. This gift is for you. It's for you. It's personal, right? It is very, very personal. It's all for you. The gift of Jesus is for you. But receiving is tough for many of us. But part of really receiving something, part of receiving something is getting really stoked about it. You know, if you have no idea that it's coming, right? And you get this thing that you've sort of inferred that you wanted at some point, or that maybe you didn't even think that you wanted, and then you open the thing, and you're like, oh my goodness, how could you have known? I didn't even know I wanted that. It's getting stoked, it's getting jazzed about this thing, rather than just saying, oh, right? Scary. Think of the gifts that you have in your life. Think of something. You have gifts of friends. You do. You have gifts of friends. Because they care. Friends that will actually be there when you need them. Right? Not just the Facebook ones, right? But the ones that will actually, when you call at 3 o'clock in the morning, you say, yeah, no problem, my pants are on, I'm on my way. Right? We have family that are gifts. Even the ones that are difficult to get along with, sometimes. They can be gifts because those are relationships that we work at. And so that they can be gifts for us. Breathing, gift. Every time. Every single time. Our bodies are a gift. Even when they're a little bit broken. Right? Our bodies are a gift. Now, I promised somebody that I would refer to this. Anybody have the sniffles? All right, we got some sniffles, and we usually carry around Kleenex. And when we carry around Kleenex, we do this, right? And what's that stuff called that you blow out? Boogers! Right! Snot is a gift. Because it protects us. Right? Because it protects us from germs. You know, although, we make fun of people who have hairy noses. Right? But you know what? That protects us, and that is a huge gift that some of us have. Right? Because it protects us, and all that stuff that goes in there, it gets caught, and then we have to blow it out, and it's a gift. And all these parts, these things that come in our bodies, it's a gift. Grossing people out. But Brian bet me that I wouldn't talk about snot. It's a gift. It's a gift. So one of the questions that I also have about this time is, can we turn down cynicism just a little bit? At this Christmas time, can we turn down cynicism just a little bit? Maybe we can actually notice the gifts that are around us. Maybe we can get to a place of real joy. Maybe we can enjoy receiving. One of the things that Mel and I try to do, or that I try to do usually it's Christmas Eve, is give a gift to everybody who comes to worship. And this year I was not able to afford that. But I have a gift. And I would like to give it to somebody who would like the gift. Wow, we got a few hands. You're not getting it. No way. Look at you guys almost. Teresa's hand is up first. Sorry, now you gotta come up. See? Busted. You raise your hand, and why don't you just sit right here?
Oh, great. Spotlight.
You know what? There's Jake. Yeah.
camera.
Hi, Jake.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Welcome. You want to open it?
Sure.
Great.
Can I? Or should I have to wait until Christmas?
No, you can open it now. We'd love to see what you're going to get.
Okay. It's probably stopped.
What was that stuff that we used to get as kids that came in that little trash can?
Wow.
Slurp. Slime. Slime. There you go.
Very nice.
Hey, what'd you get?
I got $20.
$20. All right, so any plan? What do you think you might do with it?
I think I might just stick it in this jar.
All right.
All right. Thank you. I mean, that you could have done whatever. I didn't care. I would ask you, were you comfortable sitting up here in front of?
Well, I wasn't sure what you might do to me up here.
Good. That's important. Other than that, you were comfortable in opening something in front of everybody? Okay, because they're all your friends. Okay, good. Who would absolutely receive something in front of anybody without any problem? Younger people, right? Younger people, for some innate reason, are willing to receive stuff
We
with
like
joy.
stuff.
Because they can, right? And sometimes, because as I'm looking out at people, they're like, all right, should I raise my hand? I don't really know if I'm going to raise my hand because he's got something in that box. And I wonder what it's going to be. So, kids, and I think partly because they rely on somebody else for everything, are able to receive really well. Really well. And some of us are starting to learn how to do that. The Greek word for gift is charis. Now the problem is that it is never translated that way in the New Testament. It is always translated grace. Think about that. The Greek word for gift is charis. And yet, at least in the Bible, it's never translated that way. In all other Greek literature, it would be translated either grace or gift, depending on the situation, right? In Scripture, it is always called grace. So there's grace in receiving. Always. There's always grace in receiving. Jesus makes this offer, and so often we don't know how to receive it. We don't know how to open it. We don't know how to play with it. We don't know how to enjoy it. In fact, sometimes we put it back in and put it away. But the grace is here for each one of us. And the story of grace doesn't end with a baby in a manger, does it? At all. In fact, the story continues today as we continue to get grace and receive it. See, God bankrupted heaven. God bankrupted heaven when He gave the gift of grace in Jesus Christ for us. Jesus is the gift. And there's no way to pay it back. All that we can do is receive it. And according to Mark, we are to receive the gift of Jesus like little children. Now, I don't know about you, but come Christmas morning, there are still things that make me believe. On multiple levels, right? Because we don't have to have it all figured out. We don't have to have it all figured out. Sometimes it's just a glimmer that leads to questions, okay? There's a fabulous story about a teacher who was a missionary in Peru. And it came to be Christmas time, and one of her students got her a shovel. And as she opened this gift and saw that it was a shell, she opened it and realized that the only way that this young man would have been able to get her a shell was to walk miles and miles and miles to a sea to be able to get it for her. And she opened the gift, and she saw the shell, and she said, "This is a beautiful shell, and you should not have walked that far to get it." And his response was,